guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are driving to Hartland, more specifically Stoke. Ever since I visited St Nectans last week, I've been not obsessed, but I've been quite intrigued by the whole story and legend behind the man himself. Now, obviously with most legends there's two sides to all the stories. There's plenty of different ways the story is told. Now the one I was told was while we were at the Glen, that St Nectans was a hermit there. He had two sisters, they were killed for being suspected witches, and so on. However, after some research and digging a bit deeper, there's another legend, and it's about a half-hour drive from my house to Hartland, and the story of St Nectan in Hartland is much different. Okay, he basically landed in Hartland after leaving Wales, where his father lived. He had 24 brothers and 24 sisters, which is quite a big difference from the story of St Nectan in the Glen near Tintagel. Now, I'm very intrigued and I want to visit both sites. Obviously, we've been to St Nectan's Glen. At the time I knew very little about the legend and the man himself. I've got a bit more research under my belt. In fact, it's all here, and I wanted to visit Hartland and see the church and the well, and basically see the other side of the legend. So we're about 10 minutes away now, and I'm going to keep my eyes on the road. So let's get to the Hartland and have a look around. Right, so that was the church. I didn't want to talk too much in there because obviously out of respect. So I've just done a quick video and some shots. Quite a spectacular place, but then everywhere I've been the last few days has been pretty, breathtaking. And again, as with the last few days, everywhere I've been has been very precarious, and this is no different. I've got fallen trees and rocks and water and mud to contend to, because we're now walking down St Nectans Well, which is a 2-minute walk from the church. Again, quite hard to find, but there is a little wooden sign up there that I've just taken a picture of to put on, and it sort of directs you down. So yeah, lots of fallen trees. That's the thing with Cornwall, we get the storms pretty bad, and it's amazing what damage it can do. But so yeah, I mean, I was really impressed with the church, and really old graves there, and also a Commonwealth war as well. The graves are there from some of the people that died fighting in the Commonwealth. And already I'm seeing in that tree behind us, I don't know if you can see it, there's ribbons in the trees. So again, very much like the Tintagel site. And oh blimey, oh wow, I think we found it. And there it is. There's ribbons hanging in the tree again. But, I suppose you open the doors. There we go. I think that door needs fixing. So here it is. And again, you can see there's lots of things been left. Money and trinkets and things. And some running water in there into the well. There we go. Where it goes from there, I mean, say we're actually like, the path runs down, and it starts, water starts running about here, down into the little stream. It's all very spectacular. So these doors are old. Excuse me a minute. Try and fix it back on. Anyone knows good chippy? I think they need to come down and put the door back on. But yeah, let's get a shot of that. So it's a little old stone building, not very big at all. And there's the doors. I'm going to have to get some of the backstory on the well actually, because I don't know a great deal about it. That's obviously where it's coming out. There's a bit of slate on the floor that runs right down to the well. But I'm not quite sure of the backstory. I mean, this is where it gets confusing, because obviously there's two stories. One of him being in Tintagel, one being in Hartland. So it's a bit like any legend, any myth, any sort of really old folklore. You know, the confusion and the Chinese whispers of the stories, if you like, is yeah, pretty bad. So, but I'm gonna head back up anyway. I didn't expect it to be that close, and I didn't expect it to be that small. But that's the well. Time to traverse the fallen trees and get back up towards the car. So let's start heading back that way. Right, so here we are at the back of the church, just in one of the little tunnels there. Thought I'd come here just to get out the wind a bit, 'cause it's a bit breezy again today. But that was the church and the well. I don't think it's got me any closer to working out the truth behind the St. Nectan legend, and where he actually came to rest, because the stories are so different. But spectacular place nevertheless, and some really cool architecture, and the stained glass windows, and these markers here, there's two of them on either side of the path. Really spectacular. Very old too, so but I don't know, it's a weird one. I mean, I've suddenly got this fascination with churches, and to be fair, I was surprised I went in there on my own in the dark like that. But it's one of the perks, I suppose, of Cornwall in the off-season, winter season. You do get all the attractions and the tourist destinations to yourself generally. So that's why I quite like exploring in winter, because although some places would be closed and whatnot, places like this, always open. And it's a great way to get out and discover and see the things. But yeah, that was quite interesting, and the stained glass windows, absolutely amazing. Hopefully they've got the pictures that come out right, because the light beating through them, it's quite hard to get a decent shot. But again, nevertheless, nice visit, and I've seen some more places of the legend of St. Nectan, so yeah, definitely worth it. But if you're in Cornwall, I say there's plenty to see, so your list can get longer and longer every day. But St. Nectan's Church in Hartland should be up there, whether it be for your religious purposes or just to see the architecture and the sights of the village. It's well worth seeing. So that's me at St. Nectan's Church. I'm going to leave it there, because there's only so much I can see and so many pictures I can take. So hopefully I've got enough and you've enjoyed it. But definitely get yourself down to St. Nectan's Church. It's one of them places that I didn't think I'd ever find interesting, but the sheer beauty, even for a 35-year-old man who spent his life playing with cars and being a real petrol head. I mean, suddenly the beauty of Cornwall and the sights and architecture of things like this has really started to get my interest. So if I liked it, you're bound to like it. Get yourself down here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.